Hey, what's up you guys? It's Dorothy and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to go into chapter 6 of Marked by PC Cast and Kristen Cast. So let's get right into this video. This video may contain sensitive topics and foul language. If you do not wish to continue, I suggest you click off the video now. You have been warned. Beautiful, see the cloud appear. Beautiful, see the rain draw near. The words of ancient song floated through my mind. I must be dreaming about Grandma Redbird again. It made me feel warm and safe and happy, which was especially nice since I'd felt so crappy lately. Except I couldn't remember exactly why. Odd. Who spoke? The little corn ear high on top of the stalk. My grandma's song continued, and I curled up on my side, sighing as I rubbed my cheek against the soft pillow. Unfortunately, moving my head caused an ugly pain shooting through my temples, and like a bullet through a pane of glass, it shattered my happy feeling. As memory of the last day overwhelmed me, I was turning into a vampire. I had run away from home. I had an accident and then some kind of weird near-death experience. I was turning into a vampire. Oh my god. Man, my head hurt. Zoe Bird, are you awake, baby? I blinked my blurry eyes to see Grandma Redbird sitting on a little chair close beside my bed. Grandma, I croaked and reached for her hand. My voice sounded as terrible as I had felt. What happened? Where am I? You're safe, little bird. You're safe. My head hurts. I reached up and felt the place on my head that was tight and sore, and my fingers found the prick of stitches. It should. You scared 10 years out of my life from me. Grandma rubbed the back of my hand gently. All the blood. She shuddered, then shook her head and smiled to me. How about you promise not to do that again? Promise, I said. So you found me? Bloody and unconscious, little bird. Grandma brushed her hair back from her forehead, her fingers lingering lightly on my mark, and so pale that your dark crescent seemed to glow against your skin. I knew you needed to be taken back to the House of Night, which is exactly what I did. She chuckled, and the mischievous sparkle in her eyes made her look like a little girl. I called your mother to tell her that I was returning you to the House of Night, and I had to pretend that my cell phone cut out so I could hang up on her. I'm afraid she's not happy with either of us. I grinned back at Grandma Redbird. Hee. Mom was mad at her too, but Zoe, whatever were you doing out during the daylight, and why didn't you tell me earlier that you had been marked? I struggled to sit up, grunting at the pain in my head, but thankfully it seemed I'd stopped coughing. Must be because I'm finally here, really here, at the House of Night. But the thought disappeared and my mind processed all of what Grandma had said. Wait, I couldn't have told you any earlier. The tracker came to my school today and marked me. I went home first. I really hoped Mom would understand and take my side. I paused, remembering again the awful scene with my parents. In total understanding, Grandma squeezed my hands. She and John basically locked me in my room while they called our shrink and started the prayer tree. Grandma grimaced, so I crawled out my window and came straight to you. I concluded. I'm glad you did, Zoe Bird, but it just doesn't make any sense. I know, I sighed. I can't believe I got marked either. Why me? That's not what I mean, baby. I'm not surprised you were tracked and marked. The Redbird blood has always held strong magic. It was only a matter of time before one of us was chosen. What I mean is that it makes no sense that you were just marked. The crescent isn't an outline. It's completely filled in. That's impossible. Look for yourself. Uwasasagi. She used the Cherokee word for daughter, suddenly reminding me very much of a mysterious ancient goddess. Grandma searched through her purse for the antique silver compact she always carried. Without saying anything else, she handed it to me. I pushed the little clasp. I popped open to show me my reflection, the familiar stranger, the me who wasn't quite me. Her eyes were huge and her skin was too pale, but I barely noticed that. It was the mark that I couldn't quit staring at, the mark that was now a completed crescent moon, filled in perfectly with distinctive sapphire blue on the vampire tattoo. Feeling like I was still moving through a dream, I reached up and let my fingers trace the exotic-looking mark, and I seemed to feel the goddess lips appear on my skin again. What does this mean? I said, unable to look away from the mark. We were hoping you would have the answer to that question, Zoe Redbird. Her voice was amazing. Even before I looked up from my reflection, I knew she would be unique and incredible. I was right. She was a movie star, beautiful. I'd never seen anyone up close who was so perfect. She had huge almond-shaped eyes that were a deep mossy green. Her face was almost perfect, and her skin was the kind of flawless creaminess you see on TV. Her hair was deep red, not that horrid carrot top orange red or washed out blonde red, but a dark, glossy auburn that fell in heavy waves well past her shoulders. Her body was well perfect. She was strong and curvy and seemed to glow with a health and beauty. Plus, she had seriously great boobs. I wish I had great boobs. Huh? I said, speaking of boobs. I was totally sounding like one. The woman smiled at me, showed me amazingly straight white teeth without fangs. Oh, I guess I forgot to mention that in addition to her perfection, she had a sapphire crescent moon neatly tattooed in the middle of her forehead, and from it swirls the lines that reminded me of an ocean waves framed her brows extending down around her cheekbones. She was a vampire, I said. We were hoping you would have some explanation about why fledgling vampire that hasn't changed has the mark of a mature being on her forehead. Without her smile and gentle concern in her voice, her words would have seemed harsh. Instead, she came off as worried and a little confused. So I'm not a vampire, I blurted. Her laughter was like music. No, not yet, Zoe, but I would say that already having your initial mark complete is an excellent omen. Oh, well, good, that's good, I babbled. Thankfully, Grandma saved me from total humiliation. Zoe, this is High Priestess of the House of Night, Nefret. She's been taking good care of you while you've been. Grandma paused, obviously not wanting to say the word unconscious, while you've been asleep. Welcome to the House of Night, Zoe Redbird, Nefret said warmly. I glanced at Grandma, then back at Nefret, feeling more than a little lost. I stuttered, That's not really my name. My last name is Montgomery. Is it, Nefret? Rising her amber-tinted brows. One benefit of getting a new life is that you have the opportunity to start over, to make choices you weren't given before. If you could choose, what would your true name be? I didn't hesitate. Zoe Redbird. Then from this moment on, you shall be Zoe Redbird. Welcome to your new life. She reached out like she wanted to shake my hand, and I automatically offered mine, but instead of taking my hand, she grasped my forearm, which was weird, but somehow felt right. Her touch was warm and firm. Her smile blazed with welcome. She was amazing and awe-inspiring. Actually, she was what all vampires are, more than human, stronger, smarter, more talented. She looked like someone had turned on a blazing inner light within her, which I realized is definitely the ironic description considering the vampire stereotypes, some of which I already knew were totally true. They avoid sunlight, the most powerful at night. They need to drink blood to survive, Ish, and they worship a goddess who is known as a night personified. Thank you, it's nice to meet you, I said, trying really hard to sound at least semi-intelligent and normal. I'm going to leave this video off here and we'll do part 2 to this chapter. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.